It's been a while since there's been a new Ford in the garage, but here it is. Brand new Ford. Spent a lot of time researching this and deciding that this is going to be the new car for us. The Ford, what is this? Oh yeah, Ford Edge. So here's the real story, and this is the titanium with the EcoBoost all-wheel drive. Oh, it is all-wheel drive. Huh. I wonder how much this thing goes for. So here's the thing. The Subaru got rear-ended the other day at a stoplight. Somebody didn't stop and hit my wife, which she is really good at getting rear-ended. It's happened numerous times with numerous vehicles. Everything from the Ford Escort ZX2 to the Monte Carlo, which was a 2005. That was new at the time. That got rear-ended twice. The Hyundai Santa Fe, that got hit in a roundabout because the guy didn't know how to navigate it. And now the Subaru, so every car. So anyway, what I'll do with this here, I'm going to give you guys a quick review. It's been a while since I've had a new Ford. The last Ford I had was a 2003 Crown Victoria. So this thing has a lot of bells and whistles, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I like anything about this vehicle, but I'll do an honest review on it, on what I think about it. So let me get set up here. Alright, so under the hood here of this, what is this again? Edge. Alright, so it's an EcoBoost engine. I believe it's a 2-liter. I don't know. Like I said, this isn't our car, but here's the tag on it. I believe it says 2-liter, and it is then, I guess, turbocharged is what that means. So here's what it looks like. For some reason, they put the battery way far back. I'm not sure why. So. And then really you can't see much of anything else besides the dipstick on top, the oil fill. You got your coolant reservoir on the side, windshield washer, some AC lines here in the front you can easily access. And a serpentine belt on the side here. So 2-liter. When I drove the thing, I didn't know what it had. I assumed it had a V6 in it. I didn't know what it had until after the fact. This thing is really slow. It made a lot of noise. I mean, it sounded like something, but it didn't go very fast. So I'm not impressed with it. And I don't know what these cars run. I'd imagine it's got to be pretty pricey. It's a pretty big car. When you get in it, it's like driving a boat. And that's coming from a guy that drove a Crown Victoria for years. It's a really big, I don't know if they consider this an SUV or crossover, but like, look at this door. That's the passenger door. The door is huge. That is a huge door. And like the back here, there's a lot of space. I don't know, it smells terrible too. I don't know, it's like a potpourri of like stale cigarette smoke, BO, and then someone put some sort of air freshener in there. It's just terrible. It should smell like nice clean leather. Like, it looks like it is, but it just doesn't. So in the back here, I think there's a power point. Yeah, they got a, it's probably hard to see. There's a 12-volt power point there. Just your generic armrest thing. So, but I like the fact it's got a lot of room in the back, a lot of headroom too. It's really tall. The back gate here is automatic. Hopefully it doesn't hit here. No, so you just let it go and it does that, which is cool. I mean, if you like that type of thing, that's awesome. Me, on the other hand, I know that someday that's going to fail and it's going to be expensive to fix. So the back is pretty big here too. Like, that's actually really big. I don't know what you could fit back here, but it's quite a bit, much more than a Subaru Crosstrek. What else? So they got some stuff, something with the liftgate back here, another power point. This must be some sort of hook or something. Some sort of tie down point. So yeah, it's It's got a pretty bright light there. It looks like that must be LED. It's hard to look at. So yeah, it's got a pretty big trunk. I don't know what's underneath here. No, some more storage and a little generic spare tire. And then to put this down, oh, there's a button right here. So up here, there's a button. I think I just press this. Yep, and it makes that sound. And then it comes back down. And then as it closes, it kind of sucks itself in. Right. So there you go. That's the tailgate there, or lift gate. So it's got 19-inch tires. What are they? 245, 55, 19. It's a pretty big tire. This one I think I pointed out is all-wheel drive. Obviously it's got disc brakes in front and back, and I'm sure it's ABS because it's pretty standard on most cars. And I think this is like the top of the line for the Edge. So let's take a look inside. Alright, so this is like the keyless entry here. Crown Vic had buttons, and even my 88 Lincoln Town Car, this is some sort of touch feature the way it looks. There's no actual buttons. And this is like the third take, just to let you know, because I made some mistakes here. So let's see if I can get it this time, or pause the camera before I make a mistake. So we got some window switches here, front and back. This looks like, I don't know what that does. I don't know. It's on. No, it's off. Maybe that's got something to do with heated mirrors. Maybe not. There's two different mirror buttons here because the mirror has, see, you can see how it moves. And then you can move the little one too, I'm assuming. Or maybe not. I don't know. This here, your lock buttons. This must be for like to save the seat memory of where it's at. So the seat here, just your standard feature seat. You got lumbar. Oops. There you go. That's lumbar in, lumbar out. Seat back, front and back, and then forward, backward. You probably can tilt it. Yeah, that's up and down. That is just like, I mean, the buttons are different, just like my Crown Vic, and also just like the 88 Lincoln Town Car. Man, that Lincoln Town Car was nice. That's cool too. It lights up. It says Edge. Alright, we're going to come over here to the headlight switch. So I'm assuming this one with the A means auto. This is probably lights on. Parks. And that's probably off if you don't want it at all. Oh, this here plus or minus must be your gauge brightening or dimming. That's got something to do with the rear hatch. Alright, so my first thoughts when I get in this thing is that it feels like I'm in a spaceship. And I wish I could rotate this steering wheel. Let me see if I can start it now. This is blinking. I don't know why. I know you have to push it to start it. Okay, maybe not. Okay. I don't know how to start this thing. I know my wife does. They give you these things, these fobs, but there's no key. Like, and this is a real heavy fob with a bunch of buttons on it. Like I said, I'm not very, maybe if I hold it, it'll start. Nope. Put my foot on the brake. Let's try that, huh? That's gotta be it. Ah, that was it. You gotta have your foot on the brake. Look at that, huh? I don't know why, because it's not like you can start the car with it in things. There, I got my steering wheel back where I wanted it. Right, so this is what it looks like. This is your dash. There's a lot of different things over here. Average fuel economy says it's 22.3. That's not impressive at all in this day and age. At least I don't think it is. I thought this thing would do a lot better with a 2-liter turbo. This here, I believe, I don't know what that does. It's got to do that, doesn't it? Oh yeah, okay, so that changes your different modes in here, and they got all that different thing. Now, believe it or not, 88 Lincoln Town Car had something just like that too. It was a little bit more generic though. I'm going to shut the car off here, and to stop it, I'm just going to press stop. And that's it, now the car's off. Across the front, there was all these black buttons for each one of those little features over here on the Town Car. So radio, it's got a backup thing, a backup, what do you call it? Backup camera or whatever. I don't know, I can't get these lights off. I don't know what happened here. Stuff's going on, stuff's going off. Anyway, so, because you got some glare there, I'll just put my hand up there. So it's got a backup camera, real big like TV screen thing. It's probably touch. It is. You can also do your climate control. If your apps, you know, like with my flip phone, if you have any apps you want to use, give me a break. Big storage compartment here. So if you're not getting it, like, this thing just doesn't impress me. This car is probably really expensive, and really, my vehicles, I just want them to do what they're supposed to do, and that's drive. Holy cow, that compartment there is really deep. Like, seriously, you could put like, oh, what? I don't know, something. It's really deep. Does it go underneath too? And then it goes up a little ways. I don't know, I can get almost my whole entire arm in there. It's pretty big. You probably put a football in there. I don't know why you would, but just in case, I suppose. Oh yeah, of course, there's another thing with this. It's everybody's little gimmicks and tricks that they do. P must be for some sort of electronic parking brake, I would assume. Oh, there you go. There's some USB ports. Those are good. Like, that is nice, because then you can put your music on. And that I like. This looks pretty basic, which is nice. Must be something to do with heated seats, air conditioning. Big giant knob you can get with your glove. That's cool. Push buttons for your AC and whatnot. That's good. CD player. Your hazard lights. And then your gear selector here. Alright. Alright, so I glossed over the wheel here pretty quick. Steering controls, this is your speed control, cruise control. I think it's speed control for Ford, cruise control for GM. And then over here, this is for your Bluetooth. Now I could hook up my flip phone to that. I do have that feature in my Nissan Xterra. What else we got here? Windshield washer, or windshield wipers and washer, and then this is your turn signal, and must be high and low beams. Oh geez, now what did I do? I don't know, this thing beeps and does all sorts of weird stuff. I don't know. So yeah, let's, I don't know. I'm going to get out of the car and hopefully it turns all the stuff off. Oh good, the radio went off, that's a good sign. I mean, I guess for someone who doesn't want like a Suburban or something like that, or like a, I don't know, I would say an Explorer's got to be almost the same size as this. I don't know what the difference is. But I would say something with like a truck frame. This probably rides really well. It does. It rides pretty nice. I mean, in comparison to driving that Subaru around, that thing rattles and jumps all over the road. But this is pretty smooth. It's pretty quiet. I mean, that part of it's nice. But like I said, when you get in it, it's got these huge humps here in the front. It's like driving a box. It really is. It doesn't seem very aerodynamic. I like the fact that it's wide and it's got a lot of cabin space, but I don't know, the design of it's lacking for me. I don't know. And I would ballpark this thing's got to be over 30. It's probably closer to 40, huh? I don't know. I would never want to spend that on a vehicle. I just couldn't. Maybe if there was like a nice truck, or maybe, how about this? How about like an older like 79 Ford, or maybe like an 80s Chevy pickup? I don't know that I'd spend that much, but that would be something nice, I guess. So there you go. This is my really quick, impromptu, very inconclusive review of the Ford, what is this again? Edge Titanium EcoBoost all-wheel drive. So there you go. Maybe that's what you're paying for, the long name. All right.